Love Chile. The people are especially nice and very hospitable, and the country is very beautiful. It has mountains, it has oceans, it has deserts, it has forests, everything that one could possibly hope for. I love Chile. This valley is a very young valley as far as regards making wine, and is an opportunity for us to enter into the wine tourism industry at a relatively low cost. Already the industry is starting to boom and prices have doubled or trebled, so it was a very good investment, and that's why I chose this particular valley and this location. And the reason for this valley, it's very central. It's midway between Santiago, Valparaiso, Viña, Algarrobo, so it's a very convenient valley. And it's like being in the city, but not in the city. So we love it very much here. My wife and I love cooking, and all of my friends and family said, David, one day you have to have a restaurant. And well, here we are. We have a restaurant. My wife is Italian, from the north of Italy, from the Veneto region. And the food is simple and very nice. And the emphasis is on ingredients, good ingredients, served simply, and you have a wonderful menu, wonderful food that way. Try and include a few things from South Africa and a few things from Chile. We have machas alla parmigiano, which is a very Chilean dish. Fish is congrio, worldwide that's known as a kingklip, or congrio in North America, and we do steaks. But essentially it's an Italian restaurant. Fantastic gnocchi con salmone vodka. Fantastic dish. The food and the ingredients we use as much as we can from the local. For example, our chicken is raised organically by a lady in Las Dichas, just down the road. The flour is from the Molina in Casablanca. It's not a bleach flour. It's a wonderful, tasty flour. People love our pasta and the bread. I bake the bread with the flour from the local Molina. Chickens are from the local people. Potatoes, vegetables from the local people. We grow our own lettuces and tomatoes in our greenhouse in the back. So wherever possible, we use local. Bread we make, I bake fresh bread every morning. It's a brown seed loaf, very tasty. Clients come sometimes just for the bread. After being many years involved in the mining industry, which is largely destructive and polluting, I decided that I would have to do something back, give something back to the environment. And so the restaurant is very eco-friendly, very green. So everything is recycled. The beams that you see in the restaurant behind me are 100 years old. They came out of an old factory in Santiago. I renovated them and used them. The windows, the glass is even recycled. The floor that you see behind me are also recycled tableros, pieces of wood they use for flavoring wine. So every piece of wood had a life before, including the tables and chairs, all made out of recycled material. Maybe a little bit more expensive than would be normal. Or maybe the same, but of course the building has a character. It looks like it's 100 years old, even though it's only 1 year old, because the materials are 100 years old. I get many architects coming to have a look at it, some historians and people that run museums in Santiago come to have a look at it. So it's been a very positive reaction. Well, it's a one-of-a-kind building. To actually do this again would be very difficult because, again, you have to source the materials, and the materials decide what the building is going to look like. So if I started again, depending what materials I would find, the building could come out looking totally different. So it really takes a character from the materials that you use. From my sailing background, of course, I sold one of my boats to raise the finance for the building, so sometimes it has a bit of a nautical feel about it. So I think I was inspired by my sailboat. Chile has so many wines and so many winemakers that I made the decision to serve only wines from this valley. And because of that, I've got to know all the winemakers, most of the winemakers and the wines. And so every wine that I serve, I've tasted, so I can actually tell people what it's like and what they can expect from the wine. I support the Casablanca wineries. My mother was an artist, and I do art. I sculpt and paint and play music. And so I always thought, well, I'd like to be able to display some local artists that maybe don't always have a place to exhibit and show their work. So I try and show only local artists with their work and try and sell for them as well. The secret of what we have is my wife is excellent in the kitchen, and we produce very simple food with quality ingredients, and this is the secret to our success.